Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge etc. Please subscribe to the channel and also please do like and share and leave your suggestions in the comment section. The events of 23rd October 2024 are follows. Bengali date 6 Kartik 1431. As per Beni Madhav Sil Ponjika, today's Tithi is Krishna Soshti and up to 0636 hours and after that Krishna Saptami. Today's Nakhotra is Ardra Nakhotra and up to 1122 hours and after that Punarvasu Nakhotra. Today is 297th day of the year. There are then 69 days left in 2024. Today is 43rd Wednesday of 2024. Today is Mole Day. Mole Day is an unofficial holiday celebrated among chemists, chemistry students and chemistry enthusiasts on October 23 between 6:02 am and 6:02 pm, making the date 6:02 10/23 in either MDY or YMD date formats. The time and date are derived from the Avogadro constant, which is approximately 6.02 into 10 to the power 23, defining the number of particles, atoms or molecules in 1 mole of substance, one of the 7 base SI units. Today is International Snow Leopard Day. International Snow Leopard Day is observed annually on October 23rd to raise awareness about the conservation of snow leopards and their habitats. Snow leopards, native to the mountain ranges of Central and South Asia, are an endangered species with fewer than 7,000 left in the wild. This day highlights the importance of protecting these majestic animals which face threats from poaching, habitat loss and climate change. Today is death anniversary of Mr. William Gilbert W.G. Grace, MRCS, LRCP, 18 July 1848 to 23rd October 1915. William Gilbert Grace was an influential English amateur cricketer, widely regarded as one of the greatest players in cricket history. Although he was nominally an amateur, he reportedly earned more than cricket than any professional cricketer of his time. Grace was known for his competitiveness and controversial gamesmanship. He played first-class cricket for an unprecedented 44 seasons, 1865 to 1908, and captained various teams, including England, Gloucestershire and the Marylebone Cricket Club (MCC). A right-handed batsman and bowler, he was renowned for his batting skills, which significantly influenced modern batsmanship. Grace was a dominant all-rounder, excelling in batting, bowling and fielding, often opening the innings and demonstrating exceptional mastery of all strokes. Coming from a cricketing family with brothers E. M. Grace and Fred Grace, he made history in 1880 when all three played together in the same England team, marking the first instance of three brothers competing in Test cricket. In addition to cricket, Grace was a champion 440-yard hurdler, played football for the Wanderers, and later enjoyed golf, lawn bowls, and curling. He qualified as a medical practitioner in 1879. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Sunil Gangopadhyay, 7 September 1934 to 23rd October 2012. Sunil Gangopadhyay or Sunil Ganguly was an Indian poet, novelist, short story writer, historian and critic in the Bengali language. He was one of the foremost poets experimenting with new forms, themes, rhythms and words in Bengali poetry in the 1950s and 1960s. Kakababu alias Raja Rai Chaudhuri is a fictional character created by Bengali author Sunil Gangopadhyay. The series, falling under the adventure genre of literature targeted at children and teenagers, started in the autumn of 1971 with the publication of Bhayankar Sundar in Anandamela magazine Puja issue. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Charles Glover Barkla, 7th June 1877 to 23rd October 1944. Charles Glover Barkla was a British physicist and the winner of the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1917 for his work in X-ray spectroscopy and related areas in the study of X-rays, Rontgen rays. Today is birth anniversary of Pele, Edson Arantes do Nascimento, 23rd October 1940 to 29th December 2022. Edson Arantes do Nascimento, better known as Pele, was a Brazilian professional footballer widely regarded as one of the greatest players in the sports history. He played as a forward and is celebrated as one of the most successful and popular sports figures of the 20th century, with a Guinness World Record of 1,279 goals in 1,363 games, including friendlies. Pele began his career with Santos at age 15 and joined the Brazil national team at 16. He is the only player to win 3 FIFA World Cups 1958, 1962 and 1970 and was the youngest to win a World Cup at just 17. Following the 1958 tournament, he earned the nickname O Rei, the King. He scored 77 goals in 92 international matches, holding the record as Brazil's top goal scorer for over 50 years. And is Santos' all-time leading goal scorer with 643 goals in 659 games. He led Santos to 2 Copa Libertadores titles and 2 Intercontinental Cups during a golden era for the club. Pele was instrumental in popularizing the phrase "the beautiful game", and his electrifying play and spectacular goals made him a global star. He was among the highest paid athletes during his playing career. After retiring in 1977, he became a worldwide ambassador for football and was involved in various acting and commercial ventures, including being named honorary president of the New York Cosmos in 2010. Known for averaging nearly a goal per game, Pele possessed exceptional dribbling skills, vision, and the ability to strike the ball with either foot. In Brazil, he is celebrated as a national hero for his contributions to football and his advocacy for social policies to improve conditions for the poor. Throughout his career, Pele received numerous awards and recognitions for his performances and record-breaking achievements, leaving a lasting legacy in the sport. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Felix Bloch, 23rd October 1905 to 10 September 1983. Felix Bloch was a Swiss-American physicist and Nobel Physics laureate who worked mainly in the US. He and Edward Mills Purcell were awarded the 1952 Nobel Prize for Physics for their development of new ways and methods for nuclear magnetic precision measurements. In 1954 to 1955, he served for 1 year as the first Director General of CERN. Felix Bloch made fundamental theoretical contributions to the understanding of ferromagnetism and electron behavior in crystal lattices. He is also considered one of the developers of nuclear magnetic resonance. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Ilya Mikhailovich Frank, 23rd October 1908 to 22nd June 1990. Ilya Mikhailovich Frank was a Soviet physicist and received the 1958 Nobel Prize for Physics jointly with Pavel Alexeyevich Cherenkov and Igor Waitam, also of the Soviet Union. He received the award for his work in explaining the phenomenon of Cherenkov radiation. He received the Stalin Prize in 1946 and 1953 and the USSR State Prize in 1971. Today is birth anniversary of Miss Gertrude Ederle, 23rd October 1905 to 30th November 2003. Gertrude Caroline Ederle was an American competition swimmer, Olympic champion and world record holder in 5 events. On August 6, 1926, she became the first woman to swim across the English Channel. Among other nicknames, the press sometimes called her Queen of the Waves. Today, that is 23rd October, highlight in history. 1641, Irish Catholic gentry from Ulster attempt to seize control of Dublin Castle, the seat of English rule in Ireland, so as to force concessions. 1642, the Battle of Edge Hill is the first major battle of the English Civil War. 1666, the most intense tornado on record in English history, an F4 storm on the Fujita scale or T8 on the Toro scale, strikes the country of Lincolnshire with winds of more than 213 miles per hour, 343 km per hour. 1707, the first Parliament of the Kingdom of Great Britain convenes. 1798, the forces of Ali Pasha of Janina defeat the French and capture the town of Preveja in the Battle of Nicopolis. 1812, General Claude Francois de Mallet begins a conspiracy to overthrow Napoleon, claiming that the emperor died in the Russian campaign. 1850, the first National Women's Rights Convention begins in Worcester, Massachusetts. 1856, Second Opium War, dissatisfied with Imperial Commissioner A. Ming Chen's reparations for the alleged slighting of a British-owned vessel and at Consul Harry Parkes urging, British Rear Admiral Michael Seymour launches an assault on the barrier forts outside Canton in the first military engagement of the Second Opium War. 1864, American Civil War. The Battle of Westport is the last significant engagement west of the Mississippi River, ending in a Union victory. 1868, Meiji Restoration, having taken the shogunate seat of power at Edo and declared it its new capital as Tokyo, Mutsuhito proclaims the start of the new Meiji era. 1906, Alberto Santos Dumont flies an airplane in the first heavier-than-air flight in Europe. 1911, the Italo-Turkish War sees the first use of an airplane in combat when an Italian pilot makes reconnaissance flight. 1912, First Balkan War, the Battle of Kumanovo between the Serbian and Ottoman armies begins. 1923, German October. Due to a miscommunication with the party leadership, a militant section of the Communist Party of Germany launches an insurrection in Hamburg. 1924, Second Zhili Fengtian War, warlord Feng Yungijiang, with the covert support of Empire of Japan, stages a coup in Beijing against his erstwhile superiors in the Zhili clique, crippling their nearly victorious war effort against the Fengxian clique and forcing them to withdraw from northern China. 1927, the Imatra cinema is destroyed in a fire in Tampere, Finland during showing the 1924 film Wages of Virtue. 21 people die in the fire and almost 30 are injured. 1940, Adolf Hitler and Francisco Franco meet at Hendaye to discuss the possibility of Spain entering the Second World War. 1941, the Holocaust. Nazi Germany prohibits Jews from emigrating, including in its occupied territories. 1942, World War II. Allied forces commence the Second Battle of El Alamein, which proves to be the key turning point in the North African campaign. 1942, all 12 passengers and crewmen aboard American Airlines Flight 28 are killed when it collides with a U.S. Army Air Force bomber near Palm Springs, California. 1942, World War II. The battle for Henderson Field begins on Guadalcanal. 1944, World War II. The Battle of Leyte Gulf begins. 1955, Prime Minister Ngo Diem defeats former Emperor Bao Dai in a referendum and founds the Republic of Vietnam. 1955, the people of the Saar region vote in a referendum to unite with West Germany instead of France. 1956, secret police shoot several anti-communist protesters, igniting the Hungarian Revolution. 1958, Canada's Spring Hill mining disaster kills 75 miners while 99 others are rescued. 1958, Belgian artist Peo's comic character The Sparms make their debut in Spirou magazine. 1965, Vietnam War. The 1st Cavalry Division Airmobile, in conjunction with the Army of the Republic of Vietnam, launches an operation seeking to destroy communist forces during the siege of Plei Me. 1970, Gary Gavalich sets a land speed record in a rocket-powered automobile called the Blue Flame, fueled with natural gas. 1972, Vietnam War. Operation Linebacker, a U.S. bombing campaign against North Vietnam in response to its Easter offensive ends after 5 months. 1982, a gunfight breaks out between police officers and members of a religious cult in Arizona. The shootout leaves two cultists dead and dozens of cultists and police officers injured. 1983, Lebanese Civil War. The US Marines Corps barracks in Beirut is hit by a truck bomb, killing 241 US military personnel. A French army barracks in Lebanon is also hit that same morning, killing 58 troops. 1989, the Hungarian Republic officially replaces the Communist Hungarian People's Republic. 1989, bankruptcy of Warsaw Marine, the biggest bankruptcy in the Nordic countries up until then. 1989, an explosion at the Houston Chemical Complex in Pasadena, Texas, which registered a 3.5 on the Richter magnitude scale, kills 23 and injures 314. 1991, signing of the Paris Peace Accords, which ends the Cambodian-Vietnamese War. 1993, the Troubles, a provisional IRA bomb prematurely detonates in Belfast, killing the bomber and 9 civilians. 1995, Yolanda Saldivar is found guilty of first-degree murder in the shooting death of popular Latin singer Selena. 1998, Israel and the Palestinian Authority signed the Way River Memorandum. 2001, Apple Computer releases the iPod. 2002, Second Chechen War. Chechen separatist terrorists seize the House of Culture Theatre in Moscow and take approximately 700 theatre goers hostage. 2004, a powerful earthquake and its aftershocks hit Niigata Prefecture in northern Japan, killing 35 people, injuring 2,200 and leaving 85,000 homeless or evacuated. 2007, a storm causes the Mexican Cap 101 oil platform to collide with a whalehead, leading to the death and drowning of 22 people during rescue operations after evacuation of the platform. 2007, Space Shuttle Discovery is launched on STS-120 with Pamela Melroy becoming the second female space shuttle commander. 2011, a powerful 7.2 magnitude earthquake strikes Van province, Turkey, killing 582 people and injuring thousands. 2011, the Libyan National Transitional Council deems the Libyan civil war over. 2015, the lowest sea level pressure in the Western Hemisphere and the highest reliably measured non-tornadic sustained winds are recorded in Hurricane Patricia, which strikes Mexico hours later, killing at least 13 and causing over $200 million in damages. 2017, War against the Islamic State. Philippine Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana declares the end of the siege of Maroi. 2020, Second Libyan Civil War. The Second Libyan Civil War comes to an end as all parties to the 5+5 Joint Libyan Military Commission agree to a ceasefire. 2022, 11 Xi Jinping is elected as General Secretary of the Chinese Communist Party by the Central Committee, beginning a third term of the paramount leader of China. 2022, Myanmar Air Force airstrikes a concert in Pakan Township, Kachin State, killing at least 80 people, including senior Kachin Independence Organization officials in the Pakan massacre. Thank you very much for your patience.